Hello.
I have Kathy here. Hello.
You. Hello. Oh my goodness.
Cool. Are,
Cool.
are you calling in using a phone or what are you doing?
I'm using a phone because I don't have that Zoom, and it's 4:30 a.m. So I figured that would not be a really great introduction.
Wow. Okay. I'm always curious about technology and how people use it and how it all works out. So cool.
I probably shouldn't have tried it on the fly.
That's all right. You sound wonderful. So you know about the rules, right?
I don't. I don't know rules.
I don't either. The only thing I know is this. This is your call. If you want to keep it private or make it public, I don't care. I'm recording it so you'll have it forever. And with all that, just let me know and let's do what we do because it's delightful.
I don't mind unprivate. I'm not afraid or hide anything.
Okay, so you want me to stick it
What
up on the? Well, you want me to stick it up and let the world enjoy us?
Absolutely.
Okay, 4:30 in the morning. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Ready?
Okay.
I I never take calls at 6:30 in the evening. Like this, I am done and dusted. And whenever you said about, oh, heck, that you're willing to do it at 4:30 in the morning, I went, oh my God, this is great fun.
This is my time. This is like I get up and enjoy my coffee, and this is a perfect time for me. My husband works nights, and he's not here. I don't have to close the door and go in another room. I can just talk out loud and not, have to think he's in there sleeping. So this is
Wow.
this is my opportunity to just have the house to myself.
I loud and clear. I got you.
Yeah.
So how would you like to dance tonight?
You know, it I thought about it, and then I didn't want to. I just wanted it to kind of be like a free flow. Like I was like,
Yeah.
maybe I should try to think of a question, and every time I did, you already like answered it, like on the podcast or the Feel It Real show, or it was like I just don't even know what I would even ask. Like
Nice.
it just always comes up. It's been that way since Manifesting Mastery, that if I had a question and I didn't dwell on it, you'd already answer it for me.
You know what?
It's just
Up until December of last year, there were people I did coaching calls with. One fellow, Dave, for about 15 years. Another fellow, Greg. Oh my God, maybe 7 years. And then there was Alice for, oh my God, maybe 5, 6 years, And the coolest thing is almost never did we go by questions. Like Alice probably had the most questions like that she prepped, but like 9 times out of 10, if she had 10 questions, would cover one or two and then would just go off into the cool zone. So this is
absolutely.
this is where I love to play. So
I do
wait
have
for
a wonderful share. I
it.
kind of don't post in the group because there's a lot of questiony things in there. So, but my daughter, I know you know that she lost her husband a few months ago.
Right.
Well, I kind of was a little bit worried about her, and then I'm like, why would I go that route? I know what you teach. I put it to practice, and she met the most lovely man already, which
Wow.
I just imagined her just being happy,
Yep.
And we met him on Sunday. We had the most lovely dinner, and I could not ask for a better circumstance to have come out of any of it. I didn't dwell on what would happen or where it would happen or how it would happen. It just completely blew me away that I had that much stance in it just stood my ground of knowing who I am, knowing how this works, and not having to know the outcome. And it just so perfect, like such a win. And I don't post my wins, but there's so many that I would probably take up the whole group. I just kind of quietly, idly sit and it just blows me away. I just have too many wins every day that I'm just elated.
You know, I so get that. It's like when you let it be about you. Yeah, you're a mom. You're happy for your daughter. You're happy your daughter is happy. Done.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. And then there's no need for trying to manage the how or the who or the when or the but what ifs or all that stuff that drives people crazy versus all right, I'm a happy, loving mom and my daughter's happy.
But I wasn't always that way. I will say that. Oh, give me a year from today, and I will tell you, oh my God, what a change. I mean, the anxiety, the imaginings that I was imagining about her or anybody. I mean, anybody that would even look at me wrong. What the hell are you looking at? Like, why are you looking at me? Oh my God, I feel so ugly. Or, I mean, now I'll walk into the store to get my coffee and I will buy somebody a coffee. It's just that freedom of who gives a shit?
Wow.
Like, everybody's beautiful. Oh, and Sunday I was driving down the road and there was a purse in the road. And I circled around. I'm like, oh my God, that purse is full. Like, you could tell it wasn't somebody just threw an empty purse out the window. And
right.
I picked it up and it was full of credit cards, full of money. And I didn't have my phone on me to Google. I looked in there for the address and it wasn't there. I didn't have my phone with me, so I come home and Googled the address and I just brought it back. Like, I looked in the wallet. I'm like, I don't need these people's money. Like, why would I? You know, before it would have been like, why don't I take a 20? You know, yeah. I found it, but it wasn't. It was just like I didn't need that.
Wow.
Like, I have my own wealth. Like, I don't like. I'm gonna bring this purse back, and he said. When I gave it to him, he said, karma's going to be good to you. And I just thought to myself, the things people say, like if you only knew, it's not about that. It's not. It's not about karma.
You know, it's so true. Whenever you create wealth. You don't have to take anyone else's.
Yeah.
You know, if anything, you get to give it back with love. And it's like, I just imagine what their experience must have been. Because, like, I've lost a wallet before. And it's like, fuck, man. Like the money can be replaced. The cards are, you know, a potential hassle. But then there's all the government crap, the driver's license, the medical card, all that dumb shit. It's like, oh, fuck, man.
And, but it's like... all the credit cards that were in there would have took them so long to have to go through them to cancel them.
Yep. And there you are being the angel.
I don't mind. I would rather be this person than the person that would have been living with, oh my God, I stole somebody's money.
Well, you know, it's only $20, right? I mean, like, well,
right?
Maybe, you know, no big deal. I did take their purse back, but I only kept $20.
I would have had to live with those imaginings of how I felt or feel that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that $20 would have cost you a lot.
Yeah. A few sleepless nights, you know, who knows? Enjoying my cup of coffee today.
And so
I'd
what's
still
the
be
pearl
thinking
of great
about
price cost you?
Oh, God. priceless. Seriously. Before I met you, it was like I was trying to manifest things. Now it's like, now I get it. I know I get it. I mean, not that there's not more things that I want or more, but it's not like this needy grasping for please today. Is it coming? It does come. It just does.
You know, it's funny. I remember when the puppies were puppies, and if you put the food out, they'd be going, wolf it down real quick so the other one doesn't get it. And it's like, now it's like, oh yeah, we'll eat it. You have more? Of course they'll eat more. But they don't have that fear of, fuck man, I got to down it right now. Yeah, I gotta chase the food that's already here because of lack. Versus just, all right, what am I going to give life to today to enjoy?
Absolutely. I've even had clients that I had such a falling out with, like, no, I don't want to work for you anymore. Done. I have gotten back in good graces with them through my own, not that I thought I had to apologize, but just it kind of wiped the slate clean. And I have the most beautiful relationship with one of the clients that I like. We absolutely could not be on the same page. It was like we were having a war dance. Our minds were fighting back and forth without even saying a word to each other. We just were arguing in our heads together. It's so amazing how, like, when you get that, you're having these conversations with these people, but not out loud. Freaking blows my mind how idiotic it can be. You know, how you can just save yourself from that. Like, I would have never known that. Like, it was just a normal thing, like, to grow up that way.
You know, it's funny. I started imagining years ago happy clients who happily pay me what I want and refer others to do the same. And when, you know, like, I mean, it's probably 1 in 1,000 people that show up on, in our business that's a knucklehead. And it's like, oh my God, this is lovely, because like before the percentages were way different. And it's like now it's like, how cool is this? I mean, like, people send their friends. They don't just, buy the product and share it with somebody. They actually tell them to go buy it. It's like, wow.
Absolutely. I mean, you just by your presence, you are boom. You just like a force field. Like, eventually people are going to drop to their knees. It's only going to take a while.
It's just lovely noticing that you're loved.
It feels lovely.
Yep.
It's such a difference. And I still get speed bumps, but they don't last like they used to. They don't. At some point, you just gotta say, okay, like your granddaughter that you talk about.
Yep.
How long are you gonna do that? When you're done, come back.
That's right. What's it gonna be? 5 minutes? All right. Come on back when you're done, sweetheart. I still love you.
Like, I've been wanting to have, like, a friend that, because my husband works nights, I work half the time and make twice the money. I'll work maybe 4 hours a day, and I have 4 hours more to myself. Like, I want to spend it with a friend. And I have had more friends drop from me than I have ever had. Like, I think it was that wanting it to have that companionship with a female type of person, you know, to go exercise or walk or, you know, go to the museums. Or it's still not come to be, but I have, the last few days, I've just felt such a difference. Like, I created this. Like, for some reason, I don't want a friend, but I think I want a friend. I feel like I need to just do things by myself to be comfortable with me first, and then the friend will come.
It's nice because you can order so many options off the menu.
Yeah.
You know, if it's time for a solo flight, you take a solo flight.
So we'll see how it turns out.
Oh, yeah. The adventure along the way for me. That's the thing. When you know you're going to Pittsburgh, you're going to get to Pittsburgh. However, on the way, the adventure you get to have, it's like, oh my God, how sweet.
And I've just been trying all these new things by myself. And
wow.
I do meet people, you know, I have the most lovely conversations. I just don't see them again.
You know, I think about in my life when it's like where I'm at now, I can instantly be friends with anyone. And every now and then, like there's just someone that shows up that's more of a companion, if that makes sense.
Right. And I had that.
Go ahead.
I had that with my daughter, and then now she's got a companion. So now, again, it's like, now they're gone again. Like, it was lovely having, you know, going places with someone and, you know, having my grandson and her with me when I wasn't working, and we go do things, and now she's getting her life, like, more into her own thing.
What a gift, because she doesn't have to feel guilty because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do see, like looking back, the pattern that I had with other friends. You know, if they didn't do something, or they canceled on me, or they, you know, didn't call for a long time, I'd always be mad. I think this is where the space comes. So, like, start, like, a clean slate, like, to be okay with me being by myself if that's where I am today. And then if a friend comes along, then it's not like this neediness type of friendship or expectations and things like that I was prone to just torture myself with and torture them with. It was torture for them, I'm sure.
So this
like,
is what you
did. Here she goes again.
This is what you did a year ago?
Oh my God, yes. For 49 years of my life, this was me, like, attaching myself to somebody's pant cuff, like, dragging along, like, while all the other friends were, having a great time, and they had not a care in the world. I'm like, what about me? Like, I'm not special. It was so torturous. And I was always the one that didn't get asked to anything because I was that way in my mind.
I notice this shows up absolutely everywhere. If you're needy for money, oh my God, you're going to be stuck trading time for dollars doing shit. And oh my God, I remember doing that for a long time. And then I started realizing I don't need money. I enjoy money. I enjoy making it, spending it. I just enjoy it. When you can enjoy someone's company versus needing it, oh my God, what a gift to you both.
I've even walked out of clients' house without a check, and had to say, "Oh my God, I didn't take my money." Like, it's
Nice.
not like what I think about when I'm going to work. I actually love what I do. It's a physical job, and I just, for me, I just love that, and I love to sweat. It's hot as Hades here, and it's just something that I enjoy doing that has nothing to do with my clients.
Nice.
And sometimes I forget to even take my money, but
so you get to do what I talk about. You're making great money while doing what you love.
Absolutely. And I do want to make more money, but I don't make in numbers like wealth, millionaires do.
Sure.
But I make so much that it never runs out. It's crazy stupid. Like, if I told you a number, it's stupid, but it always builds back up. If I spend it, it comes right back.
Yep.
I've never had to advertise. It's like always been word of mouth. And
Yep.
I've been doing this for 6 years, and it was the best decision I ever made to walk out of my 9-to-5 job. Like, I'm done with this shit. I'm working for myself, and that is that. You're not going to... I wouldn't get paid when I got to my boss's house to drive to the client's house, and I'm like, I can do this myself.
Yep.
And I just did.
For me, the number one non-negotiable is time coupled with joy.
Yeah.
I won't give up. It's like I said, whenever you said, like, hey, how about 4:30 in the morning my time? And I just couldn't help but be tickled by that. It's like, normally 5:00 p.m. here is when I stop looking at emails, when I stop pretty much interacting on Facebook, except like right about now is when we usually do the watch party. But that's it. All we do after 5:00 is the watch party. After that, like, it's just downtime.
And that crossed my mind. I'm like, but what about the watch party? Like, how are they going to do that?
We're going to do it right after our call, by the way. So
I can't wait.
So it'll be cool to see you there.
And usually,
go ahead.
when I get up in the morning, I'll see the night before, and then you'll be on a little bit later, and I have already just watched it. So but I get the rerun. So, but usually you're like, DD Kathy. I'm like, well, I just watched it.
That's cool, because I've noticed at different times when I'm setting up the watch party, it takes me about 10 minutes to do that. And I'll say, and like Facebook gives you all these little pop-ups on the Mac thing, and I'll see, like, oh, you're watching the original show, And then like 20 minutes later, you'll be on the, on the watch party, which is good fun. It's like, oh, cool.
Well, God, if I see you, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going that way.
So let me ask a weird question. Where do you see yourself in 312 days?
I don't even know.
I love that you don't have content for the answer, but I love hearing the tone of your voice because that tells us everything. What
I know. I feel myself smiling.
Yeah. That's
yeah.
it. I hear this wonderful wow. No
like
content.
I know it's going to get better. I know it better and better. Like I don't know like you said, the content I don't know, but I know it's going to feel good, whatever it is.
See, to me, that's where it all begins. Because if we're content free, I really I create wealth. I create the wealth, the richness of the breath that I just took, the burp that I just had. I create wealth. I create richness. And then chunking down, I get to discover, oh, yeah, you know what I want to do? I want to create something that, I want to imagine up buying a $500 bottle of scotch. I've never done that, by the way, yet. So I'm still flirting with that one because it's not like I got to make it happen, but it's like, what's it going to be like the day that I wake up and know today's the day I buy that? There's just that element of discovery versus, in 312 days, I will have purchased my first $1,100 bottle of scotch. I will have made $92,000, blah, dumb shit. Versus, wow.
Like, that's an amazing vision. Like, that feels wonderful to think about.
I went to the bottle shop the other day, and I got a $132 bottle of scotch for $85. And for me, that's that's just the joy of it all. Like the game that I play that allows that to happen. Versus force versus, all right, let's have some fun at the bottle shop today. See what shows up. And there we go. I'm having this delightful rain today. It's like I had a call earlier today and it rained during half the time. And now I'm here in the hot tub again, and it's got just a gentle rain right now up above me.
A lot of people here are talking about hurricane or some type of storm. I'm like,
right.
Why would I want to think about that 2 days before the storm? Like, if it comes, it comes. I mean,
yep.
I don't have any interest in that or news or things like that. Like, it just doesn't cross my mind.
I get most people are bored. They're just eating bacon-flavored crackers when they could be having bacon. Been there.
Me too.
God, if it'd stick to my teeth, it was a horrible feeling.
We do torture ourselves.
Yeah, we're a hoot, aren't we?
I know. And when you think back, it's just so funny. Like the things I could have experienced instead of.
Well, I'm glad that, it's funny. What was it? Was it on today's show? Yeah, it was today's show where we talked about the power, the protection, something or another. I forget what I called it. But it's that whole thing of whenever you're asleep, it's as though you're a victim to the dream. But as you wake up, you discover the power of vision.
Yes.
So,
like you
so it
almost
was,
like you just know
good.
not to go there.
Yes. So it was about 2012, maybe. I was imagining a clawfoot bathtub outside of the house, uh, with a Blue Yeti microphone. And at the time, I was doing a blog talk radio show. And I was imagining doing the show from this uh, bathtub, right? And so 8 years go by, roughly. And yeah, at this point in time, this year, it's been 3 years. I've been going to the pool every day, stretching, feeling great, all that good stuff. And then the loogie hits. And so they shut the pool, and I go a couple days without the pool, and I'm getting stiff and sore, and I'm not really having fun. And so I bought this portable disposable hot tub thing for like $500. And so I say to Victoria, like, where do you think we should put it? And she tells me here, right? So it's like, so here I am in this portable disposable hot tub thing, which is just gorgeous. It's 104 degrees Fahrenheit in the tub. It's probably about 34 degrees Fahrenheit in the air around it right now. So it's just cold enough that the rain's still rain.
It must be nippy getting out, though.
It's nippy getting out. It's like I don't have to I don't have to dry off because it just freezes off real quick. But I gotta tell you, the richness of the experience is heaven. And it's like I could have fallen for, well, I really can't stretch and exercise or enjoy the hot water till the pool opens. Now, they opened it for like 3 weeks and then they closed it back down again. I didn't bother even going. But it's like I'm out here a couple hours a day in this thing. And it's like, my God, I love this.
It's like you've gotten your money's worth.
Oh my God, yes. I've actually ordered a backup hot tub in case I ever need it, right? Because I'm so in love with this, and it's like, right, like, and if I don't need it, I'll sell or give it to someone else. You know what I mean? Because it's like, this is one of those non-negotiables in my life. It's like your 4:30 in the morning is your gift to you.
Yeah.
And I love that you do that. Like how we talk in Dream Driven Day, you have to own your morning to own your day.
It's so important.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a session for me. Like that is my time to just feel it real. Feel my life be my own.
Mm.
I think everybody that knows you in your hot tub is gonna own one at one point. We are all gonna get hot tubs just because the joy that you explain and experience in that hot tub, we all want that experience. Just like you explain about Neville.
Yes.
And you and Victoria, like the way you look at each other, the way you interact with us, the way you interact with each other and the dogs, it's like, that's what we want. We want our life like that. And not your life, but we want our lives to have that essence, that glow and that joy. Like that's what we have been searching for, not like, the content. And it's fun, like your bottle of scotch. It's just fun to want that stuff. It's fun to go in the store and not even think about how much it's going to cost and if you can afford it.
We went and we bought Victoria a chipper the other day. So the old chipper has finally given up the ghost. We got it for next to nothing. We manifested it up maybe 2013 or something like that, 2014, but it's finally done. And so Victoria's looking at chippers, and yeah, I tell her, well, let's go to the shop that we buy the other stuff at. They have the good still products and so on. I said, let's go there and talk to them people. We love them people. So we go up there, and long story short, we walk out with this $2,000 chipper that's made of real steel, and it's got a real motor on it and everything else. And it's like, oh my God, it's going to give so much to Victoria that, like, I know some people would go, $2,000, that's a lot of money. And it's like, no, it ain't.
And on a
$2,000
chipper?
on a chipper. I mean, like, what that's going to give to her as far as freedom of time and saving her hands and everything else, because she's been whapping things up using like little hand cutters to put them in the grain bins. And it's like, fuck, with this thing, she can just grind it all into sludge and, like, be done with it.
That's like her joy. Like,
That's her, yes.
That just lights her up. Like, my garden, like, just that one time I saw her garden, I'm like, there, that is something I wanted to do and never would do it. Like, I never wanted to. I was scared of snakes being in the garden. I was scared of ticks. I have not seen one nor the other, ever. And I was worried my whole time living here that I would come across any of those.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
And so you're planting your garden.
Yes. And I love it. I'm out there every day.
Wow.
I just love it. And it's not the best looking garden, but it's something
it's mine.
I enjoy doing. Yeah.
It's mine. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
It's so lovely to experience. I remember your earlier emails to me.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's such a pleasure for me. Like when I tell people, like, I've taken in the podcast to saying something about, thank you for sharing the show, and NEMA members must share with us an update once every 7 days, blah, blah, blah. I really do. I get my rocks off on the updates, man. Because it's like, like sometimes it's like, oh, look at this. This guy's an asshole. Right? Because he's stuck in a state of asshole. And I'm not judging him at all. But it's like, I'm thrilled because it's like, oh my God, I'm going to love watching him wake up.
Right,
sure enough,
right.
Boom, right? And we all have that, even me. It's like, I had someone tell me the other day, I did a call with this delightful woman I worked with years ago. And she said something like how much, like, I've changed and evolved. I'm like, yeah, ain't it cool? Like, I'm still a dick, right?
But a wonderful dick.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm a lot more, whatever, right? But I get it. It's like we came here to experience, all these different options, all these different states, and in the process of getting unstuck, I've noticed this, and it's funny because, people that every rich person I know wants everyone else to become more rich. It's like you talk to someone who's like you've gone out on your own. So instead of being an employee, you're your own captain of your own ship. And I guarantee if someone said, what do you think? You'd tell them, go be the captain of your own ship.
Yeah.
Why not? I'm like,
even my grandson, my 11-year-old grandson said, he stayed over this weekend. He says, do you even work? I mean, you only gone a few hours. I'm like, why? Why do you need to know?
See, that to me is the sign of making right there. I
think he sees his parents working long hours, and he just thinks that's how the world operates, So it's nice that he sees somebody that doesn't have to, have those long hours gone, that they can still enjoy their day no matter what.
And when you have to work, it's not that you hate it. God, I remember the 2 hours before I'd have to go to a job that I didn't like, and the 2 hours after were all like psychologically preparing and repairing. It's like, I don't want to live like that. What a
Yeah,
gift
it's on
you're
your
giving to
terms.
me. It's on my terms. What a gift you're giving to him.
Yeah, we love having him here.
My dad had a little 3-acre tree farm that eventually, he basically had to let die. And he was a hard worker. Worked in the mills, worked overtime, did the hard jobs. And being a little boy watching that, I mean, like, there were times I was a hard worker as well. I copied him on that. But there was something that always haunted my mind, and that was his tree farm. So it was like, I got that he had to give it up. I mean, it wasn't organized in a way that made him money. There's no way you could make a living off of it. And I remember just like making a vow to myself, I would never do that. And sure enough, I did. I went from being a cop to being a prison guard to, finally getting back into teaching and all that good stuff. But God, what a hate. Because it's like, we really do got a choice here. We can trade away our life, trade away time for dollars, or we can somehow imagine up a life, a day that we love.
I'm sure you enjoyed it, though. I'm sure that was what...
Oh, my, totally.
Yeah.
Even after it wasn't a business, he still enjoyed it for, I don't know, another 15 years, just growing some trees and taking care of the land.
That's when we add in meaning, to when we first started out, why did I want to do that? It was just this in your stomach feeling, oh, that would be wonderful. Like, that sounds amazing. And then all this meaning comes along, and it's all in your head.
Yep. And that's when it blows.
Yeah. That's when it sucks. That's when the days are long. That's when you don't get paid enough. When those were never, that wasn't why it begun to begin with.
Mm. So what will you do today?
I'll go to work in a little bit, be about 10 o'clock my time, go for a couple hours, and then I'm going to go buy some more flowers.
Wow.
I know. It's the seasons are almost starting to change, so I think I can get, like, kind of fall flowers now.
Wow.
Yeah. Then my husband, he gets up about 3, and then we enjoy our afternoon together, and then I go to bed quite early for me, for most people are up till midnight or whatever, I'm conked out early, like, because I'm up early, I'm conked out early. I don't watch, TV shows and stuff like that, so when I'm tired, I just go to bed.
Not 9:30 or so is about it for me. Sometimes I can make it till 10, but I'm like you. 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm up. Some days a little earlier, never any later. I think last week I slept into 5:20 one day. Oh my God, what a hoot! And I didn't have to beat myself up by sleeping in. That was good fun.
it's actually nice, and your body just tends to want to do that once in a while, like
Yeah,
on a Saturday if I'm not working, I might sleep an extra 10 minutes. Not usually though, but
yeah,
I love the morning. I just love this time in the morning.
Our days are getting longer here now. And,
yeah.
It's quite delightful because, like, for the longest time when I was doing the podcast, the birds weren't here, or they'd just be starting toward the end of it. And, like, now they're pretty full on during some of the podcast episodes. And
I've heard them.
God, I just absolutely, I'm assuming, does it sound okay? Can you hear me over the birds?
Yeah, I can't hear the birds at all, actually.
Oh, okay, cool. It's just delightful, and I love the phrase "a little bird told me," because the birds tell you, they tell me about the foxes and the rabbits and the kangaroos and so on. So I'm without even getting out of the hot tub, I know, wow, across the stream there's a fox bedded down right now, and there's a kangaroo moving around 500 meters downstream. They tell you everything. And most of us were just too busy to listen.
Yeah, I think the birds are just starting here now. They're starting to do their calls to each other and, where's the food?
Yeah. Nice. Wow.
I'm so glad I didn't write anything down. Like, this was just absolutely amazing. Like, just full on natural. I didn't have to think a week, what would I ask you? What would I say? How would it feel? I just saw it one time when I was watching that video with you and, is it Alexandra? Is that how you say her name? The singing lesson?
Oh my God, was that gorgeous? Yes, Alexandra.
That was so sweet. Like, and just her presence. I mean, like, I'm getting goosebumps now. How lovely that woman is. Like, just, she is in her absolute naturalness with the singing. Like, for me, and like for you trying to, do what she's asking. Like, I was trying it too, and it was just absolutely horrible. But for her, so natural, so lovely. Like, her presence is just, it gives me goosebumps how beautiful that woman is.
You ought to give yourself a treat and do a lesson with her.
I know. I thought about that. Like, that would be just amazing. Yeah, I think I will.
Cool.
Because I love to sing, but it's just not pretty.
It's funny. I have always had a thing about singing because when I was a little boy, would go to Catholic church every Sunday. And I remember my mom was singing, and I thought it was horrible. And then I thought, I must sing horrible too. So, like, I never sang since, right? But it was one day, probably about 2006 or so. I was still living in the States, and I was making a product about something. And I always know what the end result of the product is. I always know the framework, but I never know the beginnings. And so I hit the record button, the red light comes on, and I find myself singing Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. And I was like, wow. It was absolutely amazing. And the product went well. It performed as needed. And it's like, all right, and ever since then I've explored my voice in one way or another. But I've always wanted to take a voice lesson. And it's interesting because I switched on my way to the old pool. There was a sign that someone said, it was like voice and singing lessons. And I kept like imagining, oh, that'd be fun. And it's like, all right. But I never went. And then, of course, I switched pools so I don't go past the sign anymore. The pool's closed, all that good stuff. And then Alessandra shows up in Dream Driven Day, and it's like, oh my God, how can I resist this, right? And,
right?
I booked a lesson, and I like practically like begged her to like, please let me share this. This is going to be so much fun. So,
and it's fun. Not only did I get to see her be in her element, but you not fully. You know, like you like being like a newborn baby. You know, like it was just so sweet to see you try something new and it be so natural. You know, not be the best, but like it be the most. There's just always room for growth. You know, even at the beginning, like you can fall down.
Yes. And how many times in that video or audio did I fall down? Heaps.
Right.
And I'd tell her, I can't. I don't know. Let me try again. Like, whatever.
But never once was it like, oh my God, never mind. I can't do this.
Totally.
You know, like you made it fun no matter what. And it wasn't like you were failing. It's like, let's try it a different way, you know?
Just like tonight. It's going to be 7:30 in a few minutes here. Holy moly. I cannot. Seriously, I don't even take personal calls at this time. Like,
oh, I so appreciate it. You're
God.
The best.
Ditto. And you invested and shared your 4:30 to 5:30 with me.
Right, and I still have more time left to watch your show and get ready for my day.
Wow.
Definitely a DDD today.
So how else can I give to you before we have to go?
Oh, I think I'm full. I'm full. I'm good.
I'm imagining you having a lovely day, finding the perfect plants, and so looking forward to getting this up online to share with other people.
Thank you. I so appreciate it. I thank you for enjoying my morning with me.
Oh my God. How do you want me to put your name on the video? First name, full name?
It doesn't matter. You can put just Kathy if you want. I think everybody will probably know.
Cool. This has been an absolute treat for me. I just want to thank you so much.
Me too. Yes, I appreciate it, 20.
I'll catch you on the watch party in about 15 minutes.
Sounds